I put no effort into this at all. You hear?
Neither did I. I wrote a little bit of things. I wrote like some questions to ask, but nothing really.
You hear about the Star Wars thing?
But J.J. Abrams.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah, you think so?
I mean, I don't know. I don't know who else they would pick. Like, I guess it's kind of like a safe pick, a conservative pick, but I mean, yeah. I mean, Star Trek is cool. Did you see Star Trek?
No, and I've never seen Star Trek, like, ever. So I don't know, like, apparently there's, like, cults that fight each other or something.
Well, neither did I. Like, I was never a Star Trek fan, but I watched the movie when the new movie came out.
Yeah.
And it's awesome.
I heard it was good.
You should see it. Like, it's not just like some weird, like, it's a good movie. Like, the first 10 minutes will, like, make you tear up. You know what I mean? Like, it's awesome. And, I mean, he obviously knows what he's doing. Right?
So he's kind of a blockbuster kind of dude, eh? I guess that's what Star Wars is.
Yeah, you got to have somebody who knows what they're doing.
Are you worried about, like, the integrity of the product? Can't fuck it up more than Lucas?
No, yeah, exactly. I think he's going to be better. I think he's going to treat it with, like, respect and reverence because it's not his. You know what I mean? Like Lucas would tear down and do whatever he wanted because it was his.
Yeah.
You know? But this isn't his. It's everybody's. You know, he grew up with it and respects it and appreciates it for what it is.
Who's writing it? Did you hear that?
I think the dude who wrote Little Miss Sunshine. You ever see that movie?
Yeah. Yep. That's a good movie.
Yeah. So like he was won awards and shit. So it's not like.
For some reason I thought I heard that the dude that wrote Empire Strikes Back was doing something for it.
Well, he's a consultant. He wrote Empire, and he was a consultant for Jedi. So I guess So I have high hopes. I think it's going to be darker than it is kid friendly because I don't know.
You think it's going to take back off? You think it's going to be the big thing?
I think it already is a big thing.
Well, I think it's a big thing. And I think they'll hit it bigger because they have, like, my old man loves it.
They got Disney behind it too,
and they have all the people that have been fans that saw it when they were younger in the 70s, and everyone wants to see it. Plus, you can get this whole new audience that are teenagers now that maybe never have saw it and thought it was stupid, but
right. And the kids that grew up, or they were kids when the new ones came out, like the Jar Jar shit. Who liked that because they were kids. You know, they're into it now too. So, I mean, I guess, like, those movies weren't very good, but they did what they were supposed to do, and that was build a new audience, keep the audience, and whatever else.
Did they keep the audience?
Did they keep the audience? Yeah. But, like, people weren't happy, but...
They still watched it.
It still fed it. I mean, I went to all three of them, you know?
Yeah, I think I watched all of them. I think I watched like all 6 of them in a row.
I have them all on DVD. So
I think you brought over the first 3, and then I saw or the 4, 5, 6.
Yeah,
and then I saw like 2. I still don't think I've ever seen 1.
Yeah, I thought we went to the movies to see 1.
The Menace.
Yeah, with the podcast. Or maybe not, because that was, 99?
Yeah, that you might have.
That was a long time ago.
Probably wasn't with me. Alright, fuck it.
But whatever. Alright, let's start the show. Hockey first. So, you went to the Pens game the other night. It was a rough one, huh?
Fucking A, dude. I was so pissed off.
A lot of people were pissed off. I actually watched it until the 4th goal. I made it to the 4th goal, waiting for something to happen. Like, it's only 2. 3. That ain't no good. When I was like 4, I turned it off.
It's like gambling, you know? Going to a game like that, I invest we've talked about how I invest too much emotion in this stuff. And it's like gambling. I'm going to go in and it's make or break. I'm going to go in there with this $300 and I'm going to lose it all and be pissed about it, or I'm going to come home like I want it, you know?
Yeah, is your investment going to pay off emotionally? You're either going to have the best night you could possibly have or the worst night you could possibly have. I like halfway through I like feel bad for Jenna because she's sitting there with me, but at the same time I can't well up enough sympathy in my heart to give a fuck while I'm watching this fucking train wreck in front of me. Did she have a good time?
I think she had as good a time as you could have with the Grinch next to her the whole time.
Were you tolerable?
Well, I think I was tolerable. I could have been worse. I was booing a lot, and everyone around me probably hated me. I'm like, boo! And when they put on, like, the Let's Go Pens, like, Let's Go Pens, I was like, you guys suck! Just screaming. And then she's, like, elbowing me. And I'm like, this is all I have left, Jenna. This is all I have.
Well, like, tell me about the atmosphere. Were you on them the whole time? Was anybody on them? Was the whole place supportive? Or if they did turn, when did they turn?
The problem was not that they lost, not that they got blown out. It was that they didn't look like they were even putting out the effort to win. Like, they looked like they were in slow motion the whole time. And the majority of the people have the blind, just happy to be there kind of thing, which is probably the way to go into it. But
the way to live life if you can stand it.
Yeah. And they just kept on making mistake after mistake. And then they scored the first goal. It was 1-0 at the end of the period. Mm-hmm. And that was the first time that we haven't scored first. So I was like, maybe this is good. Maybe we can come back. And then
maybe it'll light a fire or something.
Right. And then we were playing all right. And then it's just like, if I was the other team playing the Penguins, I would just not do anything. Play like a trap. And then just wait for us to fuck up. And then just go down and score. Because it works. We fuck up so much. I mean, and it wasn't just like confined to Tangrady or something. It was like Crosby was passing the puck to them on the power. Like Malkin always does that. He tries to force shit. But Crosby's supposed to know better. And obviously...
Do you think then? Was it like they were trying to make something happen and it just wasn't working? Or were they just that sloppy?
Well, I think it was a little bit... They were definitely pressing after they scored the second goal. We were down by 1, and then we were in their zone for like 30 seconds. And then we passed to the point, Engelland fucked it up, and the dude just took it on a breakaway and scored.
Right.
And then we were down in their zone for like another minute. Like, it was the best shift of the night by far. Letang's jumping around on the blue line, keeping the puck from getting out of the zone. Then all of a sudden, Neil takes a penalty. And they score 30 seconds into the power play.
And then it was what?
And then they, like, gave up.
That's what... Did you see what Billsman was saying? How, like, after the second goal, it was like they were out of it or something?
Yeah, well, I don't know, man. It's especially when you're there, you spend the $200 for the tickets, and you buy beer and stuff while you're there, and you waited the whole lockout, you know.
Right,
You reinvest yourself. So my opinion is probably harsh of what... I mean, it's a bad game.
Yeah, it is just one game, but it was a bad one.
It was It was the worst game. It was the worst game I've seen since, I guess, the game 6 of the Flyers series, where they won 2 in a row and then they just got blown out. But
well,
before
not that far away, like that long ago.
Right, but before that, I don't remember. I don't know. I guess they just haven't built up the goodwill yet. Like, what the fuck is going on?
Personally, you mean?
Yeah, this year. this year, you know? Last year we came out, I don't even know how we came out, but Malkin was playing well. And we had excuses last year. Now there's no excuse to why we're not scoring goals. There's excuses why we're letting up goals. But there's no reason we shouldn't be scoring goals.
Speaking of like the booing and the fans and everything, I was during the day I have to find ways to entertain myself, or more to pass time really than anything else. So sometimes I read the recaps on the Pens blog.
Yeah,
and there was like the age-old argument that seems to come up all the time is if you should support your team, you know, blindly, or is it your right to boo, or is it your job to boo to let them know that you guys suck tonight? You know,
well, we know what I think. I'm in the latter category. They should have been. I wanted them every single one of them to go up to the podium after the game and all of them say they were embarrassed to be part of it because it was terrible. Like, I legitimately thought I should get a refund. I think they should take Crosby's paycheck and give everyone their money back.
And split it into 30,000 or whatever.
Yeah, well, take more than
Crosby's.
Crosby's.
Gets like $1 that night.
That's fine. Give me something back. And they give it. I don't know. It was. All
right, well, whatever. I mean, I've never even been to the arena. Is the arena nice down there?
It was only the second time I've been there. And, you know, you do miss, like, the Mellon Arena or the Civic Arena. I mean, just because it isn't loud, you know?
That's what I've heard, yeah.
It's not loud at all, like, but it's kind of loud to start, but then it's like, I feel like there's so many people there that don't really care that much.
Uh-huh.
And then I almost fought this one dude. He was like, I guess he was trying to be funny because it was like we were losing by 4. I'm not in the mood to deal with anything. And this guy's trying to start chanting like Paul Martin sucks. And I stood up and I'm like, Paul Martin's our best fucking player. I'm fucking fortunately.
Uh-huh.
And he was just yelling, like, everyone would yell shoot when we were on, like, the 5-minute power play.
So he was like, Paul Martin, he's been good this year.
Right.
You know? And this guy's still caught up in, like, March of last year.
Right. It's like they don't know hockey at all. Right. And once
That's another thing I heard. Sorry, go ahead.
Yeah, but once you get caught up in, like, people that don't know hockey at the game. You know this Dejan dude from fucking...
Dejan, what's his name? Copa something?
Copa fucking faggot. Shouldn't have said the F word, but...
What's that?
This guy is out of his goddamn mind. I blocked him from Twitter during the Pirate season when he was just like, you guys should blah, 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 calm down. Who the fuck are you to tell me to calm down about the Pirates collapsing? And then he, like, all of a sudden would be like, I said this was going to happen. And before the Penguins playoffs last year, he said, this is the best team I've ever seen, better than the 93 team that went on a 17-game win streak to end the league. 17 games in a row they won.
Uh-huh.
And recently, 2 games ago, he wrote that Pittsburgh is the new hockey mecca, and it should be moved from Toronto to Pittsburgh.
Hockey mecca. Why? Because we sell more jerseys?
Because we had Lemieux played here, and Yager played here, and Crosby plays here. Well, fuck you. We don't know anything about hockey.
Yeah, who cares about those dudes?
And that, like, I don't know. I just wanted to get out. That dude's a fucking douche. I can't believe they let him write.
I think he's always on Madden.
Really?
I mean, Madden has him on all the time.
Madden's a douche, but he actually has an idea of what he's talking about.
Yeah, I like Madden, but he gets a little too, I don't know.
Self-righteous?
Yeah, and he's like, I was in the locker room, and he knows Ben and all this. Like, nobody gives a shit, dude. Like, it's not like people like you because of your personality, you know?
Yeah.
You're there all the time. Of course people are going to be nice to you, or otherwise you're going to talk shit on them on the radio. Like, shut the fuck up.
I wish I could get in that locker room for, like, 5 minutes last night. I would have my eyes would have blew up inside my head.
Do you wear a jersey?
Yeah.
Which one?
The Kevin Stevens jersey.
Kevin Stevens jersey?
Yeah, I got the 1992 Kevin Stevens jersey for Christmas or something.
When I was a kid, I had a 25 jersey, but I had my name on it.
That's all right. That's
fine. I mean, that's okay when you're a kid.
Yeah.
That's okay. But if you're like a grown man and you have your name on it, then you either don't have normal relationships with people.
That is an awkward, like, they should put chips in those kind of people so I never have to converse with them.
Yeah, be like, oh, wait, my phone's vibrating. We got to change sections.
Yeah, that and people that watch, like, Scary Movie. Those stupid, like, parody movies.
Uh-huh.
Oh.
When I was in college and Joe was living with me in my living room, I guess he got Meet the Spartans from the Red Box.
Oh my God.
Know?
Yeah.
And he was watching it, and I was like, I had like 6 classes in the summer, so I was like in my room trying to do work, and it's like midnight, 3 in the morning, and I keep hearing the same song playing over and over and over again, and I'm like, I didn't want to go out there because like he was out there with whoever, you know.
Yeah.
And I'm like, eventually it's like an hour later. And I walk out there, and like it's just the credits still rolling. You know, it's like a DVD. I'm like, you're fucking. He's like passed out. Like,
of course he is.
You're a dick, but whatever.
That's what a sleep time is for.
What?
That's what a sleep time is for, motherfucker.
I guess so. I don't know. So Pens, when do they play next?
They play tomorrow at the Rangers, which is fucking even more frustrating that we're 3-3. We've beaten the Rangers, who are supposed to be the best team in the East. We've beaten the Flyers, who always beat us. And we've beaten Ottawa, who's like 4-1. And then we lost to Toronto and the Islanders. And it's like, they don't even... They mustn't be taking it seriously.
That's what I was going to say. Is it an effort thing?
I don't know, man. Bilesma's on my last nerve. I'm not going to say anything else, but he's starting to piss me off.
Because he's like a...
He doesn't know what to do.
Player first kind of guy.
Right, and he won't throw anyone under the bus, which, whatever, I guess it's his own thing, but I feel like he's lost. Like, between the Flyers series and then this, I feel like he doesn't know what to do. I don't know if he's lost motivation of the people or what, but...
They're be able to motivate themselves.
Well, they're changing the power play for tomorrow. They're putting Malkin on the point.
Yeah, Neil doesn't need to be up there.
No.
I don't think Malkin's the answer.
No! Malkin, put him where he goes. Put him on that board where he fucking fires those slap shots into the fucking net.
So we need somebody. Is that what you're saying? We need somebody new?
No, I'm not saying that.
Well, then who's going to go there?
Oh.
They're trying anything.
They should switch. They should put Crosby on one and Neil and Malkin on the other one. Or something like that. I mean, it's 2 minutes. There's no way that they should be out there for 2 minutes at a time. So we have Malkin. We have too many good players or something. Because then we have Malkin, Crosby, Neil, Letang all out on the first unit. Then on the second unit, we have like Sutter and Matt Cook. You know?
Yeah.
So if you put Crosby, Sutter, and Kunitz on the one, and then you have Neil, Malkin, and Dupuis or whatever, maybe I don't know.
Well,
I ain't
see
the
how
coach.
we do against a decent team.
They
We're
better
going to trade Fleury.
trade Fleury. No, I don't know.
Is that a joke? I don't know if it's a joke or not.
Did you? No, I wouldn't trade him. But Volkun looks pretty good.
Well,
I wouldn't hesitate to play him if it need
it looks
be.
like they're just going to split like the whole thing.
Which scares me a little bit too, because like let someone get in a rhythm and go with them. You can't do that.
Is there time to get into a rhythm though? You know what I mean?
Well, yeah. I mean, you're playing at least 3 games a week. If you play all the games one week, sit one out, and then play the next two. So you're playing, say, 5 out of 6 games.
Well, I mean, I don't know. Like, everybody keeps saying it's early, but...
Yeah, the problem is it's a shortened season.
Yeah, it's not going to be early too much longer.
Because every 2-game losing streak is like a 4-game losing streak in an 82-game season. So, they're playing with fire. Hopefully they figure it out. It is too early still, but, I mean, they're 500. It could be worse.
Right. As long as they keep beating teams in the division.
Yeah, well, we lost to the Islanders. We got smoked by the fucking Islanders. It wasn't even fucking close.
All right, let's change lanes and try to cheer back up.
All right.
What are you going to talk about? Music?
Yeah, what the fuck? Let's keep it moving.
Have you getting any new music lately?
Actually, yes. I was on Spotify.
Yeah.
The other day. And
Just searching around, bumming around?
Kind of. Like, I don't know what to fucking listen to during the day. So, I was, it was raining and shit. So, I was listening to Bon Iver. So, and then I, looked, then I'll just, Google him. Just to see what's going on. Maybe he's recording something or something. And then he said apparently he said that he's putting aside the project for a while. And isn't going to record anything.
Okay.
So, then I said, well, he might be doing something else. So I typed in the dude's name. It's like Justin Vernon's the lead singer's name. And it came up with this, it's like a concept album. It's called Hades Town. And the artist was Anais Mitchell. It's like this chick from Vermont. And what it is, and it's fucking incredible. Like, I'm blown away at it. And it's basically, she went around and put on this show, like a musical with her friends, for 9 weeks. And then around New England. And then she basically wrote this whole thing, her and a composer.
What is it?
It's the story of Orpheus, which is a Greek myth.
Yeah.
Some background, because anyone,
hell, right?
What's that?
He goes to hell?
Yeah, and I mean, anytime I tell someone, oh, I got this new thing, it's awesome, it's about a Greek myth, and it's like a musical, everyone just shuts down. But it's really cool because, Orpheus is like this great poet of the Greek mythology, and he was a songwriter, and he had the most beautiful voice and all this stuff. And he falls in love with this girl in the Greek myth. And at their wedding day, she gets bit by she steps into a pit of vipers and dies and goes to hell, which is the underworld in Greek mythology, which was rolled over by Hades. And basically, Orpheus is the only person in Greek mythology to get the gods to listen to him as a human, and he's
such a good communicator or storyteller. Or
he's like this poet, and he's so beautiful. All his words are so beautiful, and the songs he sings are so beautiful. All of nature responds to him and everything. Like a tree will bend over for him in their world because he's such a great songwriter and poet, and he touches everything's heart in nature. And he's the only one that ever touched. And he consults in people, and he talks to Hermes, and they allow him to get to the underworld to talk to Hades, and he plays music and wins over Hades' wife, and then wins over Hades, and then Hades tells him, "All right, well, I'll make you this deal. You can bring back your wife from the dead to the living world, but the catch is." You have to walk away, and she's going to come behind you, and you can't turn around to see if she's behind you or not. So he's leaving the underworld, and he basically has to trust Hades. And in the Greek myth,
that's not a good idea.
Well, he gets out, but he had to wait till they both get out, and he makes it all the way out without turning around. And then when he gets out, he turns around just before she gets out, and she gets sucked back in. So he doesn't get her back. Which is, I mean, it's whatever. There's all kinds of... Yeah, and there's all kinds of, like Plato... There's all kinds of interpretations of it. Plato said he was a coward because he wasn't willing to die for his love, and he thought that he was a coward because he wanted to bring someone back from the dead and all this stuff. Mm-hmm. But in this new one, it's the same story. So you know how they do this shit with, like, Romeo and Juliet. They bring it into the modern times. And what this one is basically Hades is growing up and being part of society, and Orpheus represents living out your dream, like being an artist. And at what point do you have to acknowledge your responsibilities and go into the real world? And when it does that, can you really ever get back to where you were, like out of your innocence? And it kind of like represents Hades as this place where you're hungry, you need food, you need money to survive. If you're poor, you can't live life. So basically everyone always has to go over to this Hades town. And then you're stuck there forever. And even the most beautiful and so like this Orpheus is trying to get her back and make her back into what they were before she went into this. It's almost like losing your innocence or something. It's really an amazing achievement. And it's all kinds of different music. So it's like folk music, and then they have jazz music. Mm-hmm. And they have all kinds of different stuff. And basically, they have like four or five different artists that play the different voices of the different characters. And that's cool. And the thing is, all this is all well and good, but if the songs suck, it fucking sucks, right?
Right, it has to be listenable.
And it's so good. Like, all the songs would stand on their own without even knowing the story. But if you listen to the whole thing in a row, it's like 20 songs. It's like an hour long, 20 songs. If you listen to the whole thing in a row, you're all of a sudden like, this has to be some kind of story because they keep on going back and forth, you know? Mm-hmm. But if you took 2 songs out of it, it's such a beautiful thing. So, cool. I've been jacking off to that.
So you found that just by, like, Googling around? That's what you do when you're trying to find new music? Like, where do you go to look for things?
Well, I just downloaded Spotify recently, and it usually has pretty much everything.
Yeah, but you use, like, their suggestions, or?
Well, I usually Google something. I will read an interview sometimes with someone I like. Mm-hmm. And, like, if they mention somebody, then I go and listen to it and check it out, and you either like it or you don't, but it's worth giving it a chance.
Right.
And I do check out, like, if you like this, they do a pretty good job. Like,
yeah.
If you put in, like, Bright Eyes or something, it'll have, like, cursive, which is basically, you know, same town, same area.
It's the same aesthetic, just with, like, electric guitars.
So it's kind of like, I don't use Pandora. Do you use Pandora?
I used to, but I think Spotify's better.
What do you do to find anything?
I don't know. Finding new stuff is hard. I use different things. I guess Spotify. We were talking about this the other day. It's like, it's weird. There's more stuff than ever before and more places to find it. But, like, that's sort of paralyzing, you know? So Nikki and I were talking about this, and she was talking about how she used to find it in, like, AOL profiles. You know, people would type in, like, all their favorite bands. Yeah,
that's true.
Like this dude likes Thursday and Taking Back Sunday. What else does he have down? But that's antiquated.
Well, I still think that's the best way.
Yeah,
to talk to somebody. You know. Right, and I try to ask you if I run it, like, I go through phases all the time. Like, I'll be, like, obsessed with something for, like, 3 weeks. And then I won't listen to it for, like, a year. So, like, once that phase runs out and I start to be like, all right, I need something new. I try to ask around, but no one really listens to anything new. And
it's hard to listen to something. Like, the last, I don't know. I was right at the beginning of this whole like indie thing. I was real into it, like the first Arcade Fire CDs, you know,
Yeah.
stuff like that. I was into, but then after that, it all sounded the same. I don't know if that's me or
a little bit, and not you. I mean, it is the same. You almost have to weed out, you know.
Right. Like, how many times do I have to listen to a Decemberist ripoff before I just go dig out that old Decemberist CD?
Right, and that was one thing which was nice at work. I had, like, my one buddy, I came to trust his, like, we didn't see eye to eye a lot on music, but he had more, whatever, style than most people that I know.
Uh-huh.
Like, it matched my style enough that I could take his suggestions, and he gave me all kinds of shit that I thought sucked.
Yeah, it's worth a suggestion. Yeah, it's worth a listen. But
and that's another good thing about the Spotify. You don't even have to go on and download it or like get them to burn you a CD. You could just go on and listen to it and then do everything yourself.
Hey, listen to like the top 3 songs or something, and like, this sucks or this is okay. I guess Spotify. I was listening to. What the hell was I listening to? I don't remember. But I got some bands from there. I got, like, Grown Ups is cool. I got Joyce Manor from Spotify. So I guess I use it.
Yeah, I probably make it sound like I find something all the time. I don't. You know, this CD, it's called Hades Town. I don't know if I said that. But it was made in 2010. So it's like, we're in 2013 now, so I missed it.
Yeah, new to you. Yeah. I get that. I get in phases too. Like, I've been listening to the Promise Ring radio on Spotify, and Nikki makes fun of me because I'm like listening to Appleseed Cast songs while I'm doing the dishes. She's like, "What's wrong with you?" I'm like, "What?" She's like, "Appleseed Cast. That's like what people just say they like. They don't really like that." I'm like, "Emo guitars. It's awesome."
I saw Appleseed Cast with Dashboard. I think.
Really?
Pretty sure. I saw him with someone because I knew they were the opening for him, and I like downloaded a couple songs off of like LimeWire or something like that.
Uh-huh.
It was alright.
The best one.
It is what it is. I mean,
Marigold and Patchwork.
What? That's the song.
That's the best song.
All right.
If you're bored at work. So, but one thing I used to do back in, I guess 2002, 2003, was I would use Amazon. And I tried to do this again recently, but it didn't work as well. I would type in, like, my favorite CD or something and see what other people bought.
You know why? Because they tell you what they think you should like based on, like, all the other shit you've bought instead of telling me what other people like.
Yeah, like, I don't need to be... Yeah, I just want to know if whoever bought that Arcade Fire CD, what else did they put in their order?
Right, exactly. But now, like, they sell all our information and shit, like, and our searches have been, like, documented, and they try to, like, get you. Why already fucking got that, asshole? And if I searched it and didn't buy it, that means I don't fucking want it, dick.
Alright. One place I still go to the Listen to This subreddit on Reddit, and that works, but not really. They're kind of prickly douches. They're like, what's the thing? Pitchfork?
Yeah.
They're like, they only want stuff that nobody heard of. So it's like SoundCloud stuff with like these dudes that have like 2 demos. You know what I mean? But I did get Bad Band Not Good there. Did you ever hear Bad Band Not Good?
No.
They are these, I think they're Canadian or from Toronto or something. They're like these jazz students. And they play jazz music, but they do like hip-hop covers.
Over it?
No, they like play hip-hop covers.
Oh, do they sing?
On, like, the instrument, and they like, no, it's just all instrumental. And they were doing a bunch of, I think, this was a couple years ago, they were doing a bunch of Tyler, the Creator covers. So that was cool. And they were like, they had like the Odd Future masks on, like the pig masks and shit. So I was like, these dudes are cool as hell. So, and on the one CD they have, what do they have? The Legend of Zelda medley. So that was cool too. But like I had a long day at work a couple weeks ago on a Friday. So after work, I poured a big glass of something.
Yeah.
And put on the Zelda medley.
And just hung.
And just sat on the couch. And Nikki came home and she's like, "What are you doing?" She's
I'm
like,
about to commit suicide, honey.
Is that all whiskey? Is that all? The whole thing? I'm like, I put a little water on the top. She's like, "What are you listening to?" I'm like, "Jazz music." She's like, "What the hell's wrong with you?" I'm like, "It's a long day. Leave me alone."
My life is falling apart.
So,
Sometimes
that's all I got. Let's try and call Lebner. Let's call this dude. See, we get his Super Bowl picks in.
Call this motherfucker.
What are you watching?
I got ESPN on, dude. It was like back to back. It was weird.
What you watching ESPN
Why are you watching ESPN? What's on tonight? College basketball?
I don't know. I just started.
No, NBA. NBA, right?
Hold on. Things all fucked up there.
Yeah, Phoenix is in, or LA is in Phoenix tonight.
Yeah, they got Miami and Brooklyn on, and then they have Texas and Kansas State.
You watching in HD?
No. I should.
Why not?
What is it? 902? Joe, what channel is it?
I think it was, 802 or 902.
I think it's 8.
I don't know if
802 would be CBS, so 829.
802.
I can't believe you didn't know you had HD for 3 years. Then you found out about it and you still don't use it.
I know. Stupid, right? I don't know why I bought this damn TV. I honestly never really watched it other than an hour or two a night.
Sell it.
That's what everybody watches TV for.
I'll sell it to you for $500.
You're a liar. That's bullshit. Don't try and shice me.
500. It's a good deal.
500.
I wouldn't trust you for a minute.
It still has the factory warranty.
All right. We wanted to talk. Joe doesn't want to talk about the Super Bowl anymore, so I wanted to ask you. He says, would you say San Francisco by 2 touchdowns?
Yep.
Joe says San Fran by 2 touchdowns. I say the 49ers by 3 points. What's your score?
I got Baltimore 27-24.
27-24.
By 3.
Baltimore.
Yeah.
You want to put some money on it? You want to bet me?
Who gets the points? What's the spread?
Yeah, I'll bet.
Bet me that TV.
You're out of your fucking mind.
$500, dude.
This is like one of the hardest Super Bowls to fucking even watch, let alone bet on.
Do you want Baltimore to win?
I don't want anybody to win, but I guess, unfortunately, that's not the circumstances. No, I don't want Baltimore to win.
Who are you rooting for?
Probably San Francisco.
You haven't made up your mind?
Yeah, hell yeah.
I fucking hate Baltimore.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm so tired of all this Ray Lewis bullshit. It's not even fathomable.
What was that?
Yeah, it sounded stupid.
Would you ever consider taking deer antlers?
I don't even know what that is. What is that?
I think it's just like a spray. Like
it has like deer antler juice in it.
Like when I pledged the fraternity, they made me go up to Walmart and get deer piss, and they would throw it on us. But other than that, I have no idea.
You went and got it?
We had to. It was in like a matter if I wanted to.
Or what happened if you didn't?
Probably get fucking hazed.
That is hazing.
You wouldn't have all the good friends you have today from college.
What else did they do to you? Didn't you spray Fury with pepper spray or something?
No, Fury pepper sprayed me.
I
was fucked up one night. I was doing push-ups in his front yard while he was...
So he pepper sprayed you because you were doing push-ups?
No, he was spraying me while I was doing push-ups.
Well, did you have to... Didn't you have to do that for...
Yeah, we had to do like calisthenics like 3 nights a week. It was the biggest bullshit.
With pepper spray?
No, but I'm saying Fury was being a dick. I was
Wait, Why is he involved in your hazing incident?
So we were up Mohans one night. That's when they were
This is something different. Okay.
This is when they were up living at the Animal House in Regency.
Okay, I remember you were at Mohans.
Yeah, and we came back, and I was all fucking blacked out. And he's like, "What did they make you do?" I don't know. I just started doing push-ups. Here, and lo and behold, he's got fucking pepper spray in my eyes like 2 minutes later. And I'm continuing like an idiot to do push-ups as he's continuing to pepper spray me in the eyes.
Fighting through.
What did you do when you realized what was happening?
Dude, I didn't realize what happened until the day after.
What did you do then?
I felt like an idiot.
You didn't fight him or anything?
Were your eyes swollen?
Dude, it was terrible.
Did you go to the doctors?
They were like, I had like bags under my eyes for like days.
It's a funny.
I don't know if it was like, it was an allergic reaction, but it was something.
That wasn't an allergic reaction. It was pepper spray reaction.
You're supposed to react that way. There's a funny story about Fury that he passed out one night
at Littleman's house.
At Littleman's house.
I remember that night. That was fucking hilarious. They were at my house before. He was drinking whatever, Seagrams or something.
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah, we were at my house, and I don't know, we were drinking Pabst, and
I don't care what you drank. What happened?
I'm just
setting the mood.
Let us tell the story.
All right.
I'm just saying, that's all I remember was we had 2 cases of Pabst, and he broke into his dad's liquor cabinet. He had Seagrams, he had fucking some kind of scotch, and he was fucking blacked out laying on my guest bedroom. And then
and then what did you do?
We went over to Littleman's house because I guess my house was gay. It wasn't cool.
All right.
Go ahead. You went to Kev's.
That's it. That's my right.
You took the story over.
That's what I remember.
What happened to Joe though?
He passed out, and Coyle drew all over his face. You know, I'm pretty sure he even drew like on his front 2 teeth.
Oh, okay.
And like
I remember that. Okay.
And Kolachik was passed out. Like in the morning when Fury woke up and realized that he got drawn all over.
Oh, dude, that's fucked up, man. Dude, that's fucked
and
up.
he asked who did it, and Dan didn't man up to it, so he assumed it was Kolachik because he was like the only one still sleeping.
Why would he assume it was?
I don't know, because it's Fury.
Okay.
And then he went out and drew a big dick on Kolachik's bumper of his car.
Uh-huh.
And Kolachik...
I can't believe that you guys fucking did that.
No, well,
What did John do?
Dan came in and he's like, dude, Fury drew a dick on your car. And Kolachik goes flying outside. And they fought in the middle of the street. Fist fight. He got in the car and drove home, and he had to get... I guess he walked in his house and was like, Mom, I need some car cleaner vinegar to get a dick off the back of my car. I don't know.
You know, that's funny, but kids done so much dumb shit back in the days.
Well, whatever. We all did. Leave him alone.
Who?
That's just a good story.
Fury?
Yeah.
That's funny. I don't care.
No, I think it's funny, too. I'm just saying, you hear stories about Fury, they all tend to pan out the same way that the first one did.
Yeah, they're funny. He's a character. Yeah. So what's up with you, Jay? What else is new? How was work?
Stupid. Trying to fucking... I'm the poor man's bank, basically, out there. I'm the bank for the lower class of Westmoreland County.
So what do? You do money for gold?
My title is buyer of precious metal, but I just buy gold. Yeah, that's like the more sophisticated way of saying it, but that's what I tell people. I'm a buyer of precious metals, but no, really.
What do you think? What do you think the percentage of what percentage of your customers would you call? I don't know, shady.
100% of them. They all are, dude. I wish. Honestly, it's like an experience. You almost have to I don't wish it upon anybody, but like you should. It's like almost like one of those undercover bosses. Like the boss.
You should call A&E and get them to come out and film you at work.
I'll tell you what, man. That's a good idea, but I would propose the pizza shop before I do the fucking course.
Did you work there tonight?
No, I worked there last night.
So you're insinuating that the pizza shop is worse than the heroin kids that come in
the
and
shadiest places.
sell you stolen jewelry?
I think it would be more compelling television if the pizza shop had its own show or an idea for like reality TV.
Who would be the star of the show?
Oh God, probably Jimmy's dad.
Yeah.
He would be like the fan favorite, but he wouldn't be the star. All the drama wouldn't revolve around him, though, would it?
No, maybe. Yeah, probably like 50% of it.
Call up the 700 Club.
They're always yelling at him, so.
He's like Phil, like Van's dad.
Who else?
Yeah.
He's getting yelled at.
Oh.
You see that hockey game last night, Jay?
Yeah, I watched a little bit of it. It was kind of.
What do you think about that? You been watching lately?
Yeah, I missed the Ottawa game, but I don't know. They're not executing. They're not doing much of anything.
Yeah, I felt like they weren't even trying last night.
They're not.
That's all we want is effort.
They're not capitalizing on the power play. Power play's terrible. I mean,
I was booing them. Last night.
That's good.
Do you boo the home team, Jay? Your squad? You boo your squad?
You know what? I wouldn't boo the Steelers, but I would probably.
But you would boo the Penguins?
The Penguins?
Yeah, I'd boo the Penguins and probably the Pirates. I booed the Pirates.
I've booed the Pirates on many occasions.
I mean, don't get me wrong. I like the Pens, but I mean, I think more because I didn't really grow up playing the game. I really don't tend to understand the technicality like somebody like Joe.
So you boo out of ignorance? Is that what you're saying?
I'm all for like giving people the benefit of the doubt, but I want to see you play to your potential. Like in 2003, the Penguins fucking sucked when Dick Tarmstrom was their best player, but you could actually go there and not care if they lost because
they were trying.
And but now we have the two best players in the league, and we can't score a goal.
All right. I think that's the general like perception of most people like nowadays. And it's like you said back in the day, like when we didn't have, we had Kovalev. It was not what it is now because we have all this press with the two best
expectations.
Players. Yeah, expectations. The two best players in the league. I think it's just everyone expects them to be good because of what they hear. You know what I mean? It's it's not like they're going to show up every game and be consistent like they have in years past. It's not like Malkin's going to come off a season where he's going to be the MVP. It's just hockey's one of those games where it changes so much every year to year. You know what I mean? You could be the worst team in the league, and the next year you could be the best, or you could make it to the playoffs.
Well, yeah, playoffs. Anything happens then. Did you watch the Pro Bowl?
No, I didn't watch I watched a little bit of it. I'm not really a big fan of Pro Bowl. It doesn't do much for me.
No, it doesn't scratch that itch.
No, it doesn't because you know what? They don't really play to the caliber that they would normally during the regular 16-game season. You know what I mean?
You see Jeff Saturday.
Yeah, that was bullshit. I don't understand that. How he's on taking other snaps for the other team. You know what I mean?
It's a fucking joke.
Because it doesn't matter.
No, I'm so sick of Peyton Manning. Every time I see a commercial of him, I just want to throw up because it's just like
Papa John's.
Yeah, I mean he's good.
Obama.
He's not going to go. I don't think he's ideally going to go down as like a Joe Montana or Steve Young
certainly
or
not.
Terry Bradshaw.
He'll go down as Dan Marino.
Yeah, I mean that's the best comparison. Besides,
but Dan Marino is probably one of the best quarterbacks ever.
Yeah, but I mean he never won a
Central
Super Bowl.
Catholic.
He never won a Super Bowl, so he's always going to be in that. He's.
What's the worst Peyton Manning commercial? I'll give away 1 million pizzas. No, 2 million. All right, Peyton. I guess you win. I'll give an extra million away.
Yeah, I fucking hate that Buick commercial he's in.
Where he's like audibling
the. Lets me audible, and then he's like, "Hey, Peyton, just fired up the grill. Better hurry!" Like I fucking hate.
Who is that designed for? Is that designed for like my pap, or like who is that appeal to?
I mean, I drive a Buick now, but I wouldn't buy a new Buick.
They're actually pretty nice.
Yeah, they're nice, but like,
They're junk.
Just because Peyton Manning can talk to it doesn't make me want to buy it.
Right. They're
Bluetooth.
Junk. They're absolute junk.
They're absolute
junk. When I worked at Enterprise,
You have no basis for that statement.
Yeah, I worked at Enterprise Rent-A-Car.
All right. Who do you think the Super Bowl MVP is? So you think Baltimore wins? You think that means that Ray Lewis automatically wins the MVP?
No, not at
Ray
all.
Rice.
I hope he doesn't.
Flacco?
No, I think it's going to come down to, it's going to come down to either the throwing, if it's Flacco, or
or the running, or the defense. One of the three.
I don't think that they're going to have any production with that defensive line. There's, the front seven.
Who's
front
not?
seven?
I'm saying Baltimore's going to have a tough time running the ball on the defensive line for the 49ers.
So you think it's going to be Flacco?
Yeah, they're going to have to drop and go to nickel, and they're going to be throwing the ball, and they're going to attack the fucking secondary of 49ers.
All right, Trent Dilfer.
Do you think so? You think that Baltimore's secondary is better than San Francisco's?
I do.
And I don't know, man. I think they're going to get blown out.
No, I think it's going to be.
It's going to come down to a Justin Tucker field goal.
Who?
Justin Tucker is going to have that fucking classic, stupid, coming down to the last minute of the fourth quarter kick that's going to send them to the great,
Yeah. So what are your feelings on Ray Lewis?
I fucking hate him. There's nothing about Ray Lewis that.
Did you hear what he said today?
No, I didn't.
They were asking him about those that antler stuff, and he said that this is the devil's work. The devil tells lies, and the devil is there to distract you, and that this is God's time. It's not time to talk about poor families who lost loved ones. This is God's time to talk about Ray Lewis, the football player.
Or whatever. It's fucking. You almost have to have fucking Rosetta Stone to listen to him in his press conferences. Because it sucks. I would think if you were going back to the question, who I would think if Baltimore wins has a good chance of being the MVP, I'd say Jacoby Jones. He's
what?
Jacoby Jones.
Fuck?
He's the one that caught the fucking bomb.
Their third receiver.
Dude,
he returns kicks. He's good.
He returned kicks and he caught the fucking bomb that put them into overtime. I mean, he's definitely one of those.
They will never pick Jacoby Jones.
What are the odds on that? You better put a bet in.
I'm just.
You
saying,
put $20 on Jacoby Jones winning the MVP, you could walk out with $100,000.
Well, we'll see. I mean, if he has a touchdown and runs one back and puts them in field goal position to win the game, I mean.
No, he better run back 2 touchdowns first.
You got it all planned out, man. You better call Vegas.
I think that it's gonna be tough for the 49ers to do what they did against Green Bay. And
you think Kaepernick's going to be kept in check?
I think so.
All right.
Wait, who did they play? They played Green Bay and then who?
Atlanta.
And you think that Baltimore's better than Green Bay and Atlanta? By association?
No, I mean, I'd say that, yeah, actually they did, because you know what? They actually showed up in the postseason. They went.
Yeah, I'm scared of them.
They went to Denver, they beat Peyton Manning, and they went to Foxborough and they beat fucking Tom Brady. I mean, they held Tom Brady to 13 fucking points.
Yeah, I didn't watch it.
That's okay.
But that does, you know what I mean? You're on the biggest stage of sports, you know what I mean? So anybody could choke. You know, this dude that's playing for their quarterback, this is his 10th career start. He's not a rookie, but his 10th overall career start as a quarterback. So
you know what I'm rooting for?
Bang.
Joe Flacco to fail.
Yeah, absolutely. I want to see him fucking.
The good thing is, no matter what, they're going to sign him.
Yeah.
They have to.
That might not be good. What if he's good now?
He ain't good.
Okay.
Baltimore's such a joke.
I'm not even worried about Baltimore.
You've got a team that, you've got one of the best safeties that ever played the game, and he goes on record on media day, and one of those guys asked him, one of the reporters asked him if they could see him playing for Bill Belichick next season, and he was like, absolutely. He's like, I become a better player. I had the opportunity to play next to him at the Pro Bowl. Like,
who's better, Polamalu or Reed?
Fucking Polamalu, dude.
Yeah?
Really?
Absolutely. Yeah, absolutely.
You saying that just because you don't like them?
I'm saying that because Polamalu's been to the dance twice. 2 out of the 3 times they've been there, and he's fucking...
Yeah, because he had a good quarterback.
Dude, their defense, that 2009 defense was
2005.
I'm talking about, I mean, yeah, that one wasn't as good as 2008. I'm sorry, 2008 defense.
2008 defense, Roethlisberger showed up. The first one...
Dude, that defense was fucking mint. It was one of the best defenses I've ever seen put on performance. And, fucking 12-4. It wasn't until they showed up to the Super Bowl that the defense looked like it was not the same defense.
Well, I mean,
if you watch every game that if you go back and look,
Aaron Rodgers is pretty good.
Yeah.
That's why I think that San Francisco is going to win. Because Aaron Rodgers is pretty good, and Atlanta's offense is pretty fucking good.
And they shut him down. All right, Lever, you want to plug your new project before we do wild card questions?
Yeah, I am. I'm kind of doing my own thing with what we're doing right here. It's got a Philadelphia spin to it. I got 2 friends in Philly that are pretty adamant about sports, and they think that they know a lot about Philadelphia sports and where it wants to go. And
wait, you're going to do a Philadelphia thing? You're going to talk about Philadelphia?
No, the title of my program is going to be Rivalry Radio, and it's going to be where 2 Pittsburgh people debate 2 Philadelphia people on subjects of current events, could be anything. We could talk about how Chip Kelly's offense, how it's going to convert to the NFL, or how the Steelers' offense is going to run under Todd Haley again next year. And
you'd have to compare them, right?
Yeah, I mean, we're going to debate it. It's also going to have almost like an elimination thing to it. There's going to be 4 people on the program, one hosting.
So it's like around the horn.
Yeah, kind of like that. I guess that's the best way you can...
Who's in charge? You?
Nah.
Who's giving out the points?
We're going to have it where, we're going to start off with...
We just decide.
Two segments. We're going to pick a topic, and then there's going to be a mediator who's basically asking the questions, going to go up against 3 people. Whoever wins that debate will host the same spot the next week, and they can create their own topic.
Well, it sounds like you got it planned out. Just let me know whenever it's coming on, and we'll
I'd like to
do it.
Joe, we're going to have guests on. I'm going to love to have you basically be on the black and gold side. And
Obviously.
I ain't getting eliminated if I'm going on.
No, I know.
I'm fucking winning that bitch.
I'm inspired to do it because I absolutely hate anything that's Philadelphia. We can talk about how you hate Baltimore, but I hate everything Baltimore.
But you're talking to Philadelphia people.
Yeah, I mean
that's the idea.
Yeah, and we're gonna have
It's gonna be a hate fest.
So you can talk about the Flyers and the Eagles
and how much they suck.
I mean, actually, baseball out there is probably bigger than maybe even football.
Oh yeah. No. All right, you want to do wild cards?
Yeah.
Wild card, bitches! Yeah!
All right, you got one for me, or you want me to go first?
I'm still trying to think about what I want to say, so I'll kind of like improv as you ask me first.
Okay. If you could play one professional sport, one position, what would it be and why?
It would be catcher for baseball.
Okay.
I didn't see that coming.
That's what I grew up. I mean, I played baseball for 8 years. I played catcher. It wasn't until I got a knee injury in junior high school I wasn't able
Jay.
to.
I don't think you understand the question or the possibilities.
No, he does.
But you have the skills. You could do whatever you want. Like, so you have the skills to be anything you want to be. You could be the quarterback of the Steelers if you want. You don't have to be a junior high catcher.
He wants to be the catcher. No.
I'm not saying I want to be a junior high catcher.
So you'd be the catcher for who? The Yankees?
No, Pirates, man.
So
The Pirates making $500,000.
I'll be honest with you, dude. That's what I grew up with. That's where I learned and loved.
Who was your favorite Pirates catcher? Don Slott.
That's the only one that was there whenever
LaValliere. What's his name?
Spanky LaValliere.
LaValliere was my boy.
Doug Drabeck. I'm actually pretty.
Doug Drabeck.
No, I know. I'm saying, yeah, that's who I'd catch for.
Did you like Jason Kendall? Or did you think he was a douche?
No, I wasn't. Honestly, I didn't follow that era. I was more.
Oh, era we were alive.
That was like 15 years.
Yeah, dude, that's what I remember growing up with it.
Did you ever see when he broke his ankle?
Oh,
No.
so gross.
That's disgusting. YouTube it.
That's like Willis McGahee. I remember being drunk as shit at Danku's house.
I'm pretty curious to see how Jay Bell's gonna as our new hitting coach. See how he's.
Yeah, I'm curious to see that also. Definitely.
It's gonna.
Are you coming to opening day?
Absolutely.
All right. You gonna wear your Don Slott jersey?
I'd probably wear a Van Slyke jersey before Don Slott.
That's your era. Hey, do you remember when you called the radio station and told them how much you loved it?
This is your DJ Jazzy Jason GPSB here.
No. When you called the radio station, it was like, man, I grew up with Barry Bonds and Andy Van Slyke, and they were like, okay, dude.
They were like, it's the first game of the season, man. You better get back into reality here because they're not going to do anything.
Then they did pretty good.
That was a fun night. We went down to fucking Heinz Woods Bar after that.
Anything good happened?
Yeah.
We got some wings, then we went home.
Ordered some nachos.
All right, well, let's leave those stories out.
Okay, you have a question?
Yeah, and this is more probably to my own question than it is anything else. Probably is going to sound stupid, but what is your idea of a trivial misconception?
Oh, okay. That's a very good question because I don't know where that came from originally. I think it was that we don't know what we're talking about.
Okay.
So we make many mistakes, and we talk about stupid shit, trivial shit.
Okay.
Like this, Jay. Did you know that when a male honeybee climaxes during sex, its testicles explode?
I did not know that.
What do you think about that?
I probably will stay away from the fucking Discovery Channel, Animal Channel. That's not something I really find any relevance to my life. But if that's what floats your boat.
Nature, the world.
If you could be any animal, what would you be?
Okay, well, all right, man.
What would I be, an animal? I'd probably be a fucking hyena.
Why? Whoopi Goldberg.
No, because I laugh like one. I've been told. Actually, that's funny you say it, because people ask me, dude, you sound like a fucking something out of Lion King or like a hyena or something.
And you go, yeah.
What's your comeback?
I don't know. What do you say to that? Okay, I'm going to go fucking Lion King from 1993, and I'm going to record my laugh and compare it to fucking a Disney fucking
So
movie.
if somebody says, hey, man, you sound like a hyena from the Lion King, do you just, laugh it off, or do you tell them to get out of here?
Go blow.
I'll tell him go fuck himself or something.
Go sit on it.
Yeah.
All right, man. Well, hey, thanks for coming on the show. Thanks for your invite to your thing. Whenever you get it, let me know. And
it's gonna
keep on top of that draft stuff, man. I want to know all the info.
You know what? Honestly, man, before I go, I'd like to say I'm really that's probably one of the biggest subjects that I'm following right now. I'm on it every day. I'm so excited for the end of April to see what our football team's going to do, what they're going to pick. Out of 7 picks, I feel like they have the best opportunity really to come together with ownership and general management and do something good for the team.
All right, well, you keep on top of it, and we'll have you on in a few weeks to let us know what the Steelers are thinking.
Hey, guys, it's always a pleasure. Never a dull fucking moment with you.
No, same with you, my friend. Take it easy.
Same to you.
Later, Jay.
Later, guys.
All right, that was Jay. Thanks for showing up. We'll see everybody else next week. We really have no idea what to talk about ever, so if anybody ever has an idea, you probably have my phone number if you actually listen to this show, so let me know.
All right.
All right.
All aboard!
Follow that dollar for a long way down, far away from the poorhouse door. Either get to hell or to Hades town. Ain't no difference anymore. Way down, Hades town, way down under the ground. Hound dog howls and the whistle blows. Train comes a rolling, clickety-clack. Nobody knows where that old train goes. Those who go, they don't come back. Way down, Hades town, way down under the ground. Tired, everybody slaves by the sweat of his brow. The wages, nothing, and the working hard. It's a graveyard in Hades Town. Way down, Hades Town, way down under the ground. Must be making